Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is October 14th, 2025. It's also Charlie Kirk's birthday, and apparently George Floyd's birthday as well. And I believe also Bill Clinton, he subpoenaed to testify today on the 14th to the DOJ, I believe. And let me start off like this. Well, this video is firstly going to be about how I correctly predicted the Charlie Kirk assassination. And I made that prediction on August 29th, 2025 via a YouTube video. I think the video's title is, let me pause real quick so I can pull it up. Okay, so the video was made on, I believe, August 29th, 2025. And the title is Trump Jr. and his partners should be careful on Labor Day and the full month of September. Astrology. And I made the video 1 month ago. Anyway, so that's the title. So, let's see. Is there anything I'm missing right now? Anyway, so pretty much I want to preface this video by giving you just the backstory of like why I've started to just moreover just give more information and more predictions now on YouTube and Rumble and Twitter and True Social. Well, basically all the way back on, I believe, July the 13th, 2024, when the first Donald Trump assassination attempt, first attack, I can't get words out. The first assassination attempt happened. Basically, before the event happened, I had a bad feeling. I already knew that transiting Uranus was going to conjoin Donald Trump's natal midheaven, and Donald Trump's natal midheaven is conjunct the fixed star Algol, and that star means beheadings or violent events towards the head. And also, I believe there are other astrologers that say that the planet has something to do with alcohol, because I think the names are similar, alcohol and algol. So anyway, so I saw the astrology in regards to the Donald Trump assassination attempt, but I didn't say anything about it because I was like, you know what, transits are iffy, and so I was like, you know what, I had some work, I had some other work to do that day, so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do some work around the house and whatever, and then next you know, the event happened. So I said from then on out, if I see anything weird or whatever, looking at the transits or progressions, I will say something about it. So let me pause for a second. Sorry, I got interrupted, so I lost my place. But anyway, pretty much ever since the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump, um every time I get a weird feeling or whatever, I try to make a post or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that AstroSeek, I think Peter Nine, he closed the forums down around right before or around that time of the assassination attempt. So even if I did make a post about it, nobody would have saw it. And at that point in time, I did have a Twitter account, but I didn't post on it. And so in this with this astrology account, I created this one around, I believe, March or May of this year, because some other stuff happened or whatever. And so I keep my personal account separated from anyway, the point. So in reference to the Charlie Kirk assassination attempt or whatever, the transits that killed him seems to have been transiting Sun conjoining transiting Ketu in the sky on September, I believe, the 10th, 2025. Now, the astrologer that I saw who found that transit was Joni Petrie, and she's one of my favorite astrologers. But even though she does study Vedic astrology, and I study pretty much Western, but pretty much both. Anyway, how I saw it though was during my previous videos, I said that around August 29th or whatever, Trump Jr., his progressed descendant, I think it made an aspect to his progressed Saturn. Let me pause for a second to triple check this. Okay, so yeah, on August 28th, 2025, it looks like for Trump Jr., his progressed descendant conjoined his progressed Saturn. And so in progressions, progressed Saturn and your natal Saturn, it usually when it makes an aspect of something or something aspects it, it's a difficult event. I would like, it's kind of bad. I don't think I've had any I don't think I've ever had any good experiences with progressed Saturn or natal Saturn when my moon makes an aspect to it. But anyway, so that was one. That was one instance that I saw. The other one was on September 2nd, 2025, with JD Vance. His progressed moon made an aspect to his Mars, and the next day I believe no, well, that was September 4th. That's when Pete Hegseth, his progressed moon, it made an aspect to his Uranus. And then I believe on September 6th for Usher Vance, her progressed moon made an aspect to her Mars. And I think at the same time, for Taylor Swift, her progressed moon made an aspect to her natal sun, while her progressed Mars was, I think, conjunct her natal sun. So that's all to say that something big was about to happen in regards to Donald Trump's circle. And the simple fact of the matter is that there were a lot of astrologers saying that Donald Trump was the one that was going to be eclipsed, referring to these quarters again, and well, referring to this $50 and this Salt River Bay quarter again that I explained yesterday. But they said that Donald Trump was going to be eclipsed, and it was the end of a king or whatever. It's the fall of a king. However, what happened instead was Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated, and that was shown by the transiting sun conjoining K2. And even though the transiting sun, it does rule kings, it could also just mean just a loss in general for the king. Another thing that I saw, because the night before, no, actually the morning of the Charlie Kirk assassination or whatever. Now it on Truth Social and on Twitter, I made a post because what I saw in the transits was that transiting moon exactly opposed transiting Mars at roughly 21.59 degrees. Let me see the actual sign. Let me pause for a second. So transiting Mars was inside of Libra, and the transiting moon was inside of Aries. And the thing about that, they disposited each other. But the thing about it is that Charlie Kirk, his birthday is on, like I said, today, October 14th. So transiting Mars should have conjoined his ascendant around this period of time, because I believe Charlie Kirk, his ascendant is conjunct the fixed star Spica, and so also my ascendant is conjunct the fixed star Spica as well. I was kind of concerned about this day for myself personally. And let's see here, but also for Donald Trump, I've told you that in my previous video that Donald Trump's natal sun is at 22.55 degrees, I think. And so my ascendant trines, my ascendant and Charlie Kirk's ascendant trines Donald Trump's natal sun. And so what apparently happened was that when transiting Mars conjoined Charlie Kirk's sun, that's what killed him. Looking at the transits, and like I said, the previous progressions to Donald Trump's circle or whatever. That's what it was. Let me see here. Am I missing anything else in regards to that date? So let's see here. Now the full moon eclipse happened on September 7th. That's not a full. It is a full moon. Okay. So the full moon eclipse happened on September 7th, 2025. And see the next day for Hunter Biden, his progressed moon trined his progressed Uranus. So something shocking happened in regards to him. The next day on September 10th, 2025, for Hunter Biden, his progressed moon made an aspect to his progressed Chiron. And let's see here. Also, the next day on September 11th, 2025, for Chuck Schumer, his progressed moon opposed his progressed Pluto. I'm not good with the outer planets, but I want to stop right here with Trump Jr. On September 11th, 2025, his progressed moon conjoined his natal Lilith. And I never knew the meaning behind Lilith in regards to progressions. But it seems like now, looking at what happened in regards to Hillary Clinton, she had a progressed aspect to her Lilith sometime this year, I forgot. But either way, the point is that it seems like something happens that makes you want to get revenge on someone. That's what it seems like that planet means in progressions. Because looking at these progressions, I'm still learning, and so I'm trying to anyway. That's not important right now. So let's see here. Let me pause for a second. Let me add one more thing first. Another date that I've missed, but that I completely kept on talking about for the longest, was September 14, 2025 for Donald Trump, where his transiting nodes squared his where the transiting nodes squared Donald Trump's natal Uranus. And like I said before, the transiting nodes squared several things inside Donald Trump's 10th house, and those were very eventful times. So let me get the list out real quick so I can go back over that one last time. Thank God that this is over with. So let me pause. Okay, let me reiterate that these nodes squared Donald Trump's midheaven roughly 4 times before. So it happened before on August 14th, 2024, where the transiting nodes squared Donald Trump's natal Mercury. And I believe that was around the time that Kamala Harris was designated to replace Joe Biden in the presidential race. And I think that's also around the time that, it's not around the time, but it's the entire point that I'm trying to make is that she chose Tim Walz as her running mate in regards to the presidential race in 2024. Okay, so the next time it hit was on June 11th, 2025, and that's when the transiting nodes in the sky squared Donald Trump's natal sun, and that's around the time of the No Kings Day protest. And so several things happened, but the big events that happened was, I believe, on June the 9th or whatever, Donald Trump he sent I guess the military or the National Guard to California or somewhere to quell the riots in multiple areas, or a area, I forgot now. But that was one thing. And then days later, on June the 14th, I believe, that's when it was Donald Trump's birthday, but also it was Flag Day, and so they had a huge parade on Flag Day. But all the while, one of Tim Walz's his staff member apparently killed 2 Minnesota lawmakers on the 14th of June. That was around that time. So the next time it hit was on July 14th, 2025, and that's when the transiting nodes squared Donald Trump's natal moon. And this is around the time that I believe Gavin Newsom, he had an interview with Sean Ryan released on this day. And also I believe Elmo on Twitter, or somebody hacked Elmo's account, and Elmo went on a complete tirade about release the Epstein list or whatever. And I believe 2 days later, on July the 16th, 2025, that's when Donald Trump, he came out and said that this entire Epstein situation was a hoax, another Democratic hoax or whatever. And so on July 20th or whatever, I gave my quotes. Let me read my quote real quick. Pause. Okay, so after Donald Trump came out and said that the Epstein situation was a hoax, I on the 20th of July, I said, no, that you just pissed inside these people's faces. So I said my quote on, I believe, Twitter and Truth Social, and also AstroSeek. I said, let the history books / devices always and forever say, 1 year and 3 days after Donald Trump should have died by assassination, he came back, and on the 3rd day, like Jesus, pissed in the faces of his enemies, called it rain, and then destroyed them. And then he lived happily ever after. The end. Biblical. Signed, astrologer Ice Blue 333, the god of astrology. So that was posted on, again, July the 20th. I'm going to repeat myself, but still. But all the while, apparently, this is July. All the while, apparently, it came out that Tulsi Gabbard and Caroline Leavitt, they came out and said that they found concrete proof that Hillary Clinton and Obama, they interfered inside of the 2016 election or whatever. And then all the while in the background, they were also interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell. This is on the 24th through, I believe, the 28th of July. But it came out that they was interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell at the same time that they released all this other information regarding Hillary Clinton and Obama. So that was a big deal in regards to Donald Trump and so this is all at the same time. So okay, I'm sorry. So back to the node squaring Donald Trump's natal midheaven, because these last two, well, not last two, these last two before the 14th of September kind of coincided with each other. So the point. The next time that the transiting node squared Donald Trump's natal nodes was on July 22nd, 2025. And that's when Caroline Leavitt and Tulsi Gabbard came out and said that they found concrete proof that Obama and Hillary Clinton interfered inside of the 2016 election. And all the while, they were also interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell and getting her testimony in regards to the Epstein situation. And so now, the next thing that happened, the next time that the transiting nodes squared Donald Trump's midheaven was when okay, Jesus Christ, this is a lot of information. I'm sorry. So I don't think I gave you the lore for the July the 22nd. So on July 22nd, the transiting node squared Donald Trump's natal nodes. On July 14, 2025, the transiting node squared Donald Trump's natal moon. So let's see here. So on September 14, 2025, the transiting node squared Donald Trump's natal Uranus. And this is 4 days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And there was a lot of people they were just celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. And this is also the point is that Charlie Kirk's funeral was on September 21st, which is also the day of the full moon eclipse, right? Yeah, full moon. So let me pause for a second so I can regather my thoughts, because this is a lot of information. I'm just getting scattered, and I got somebody doing some stuff on the outside of there, so there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. Pause. Okay, I'm back. So basically, I say all that to say that pretty much the astrology showed that there was going to be a huge event this year. And I told Donald Trump this a day before, or 2 days before the event happened. I sent him a message on True Social. I tried to warn him. I was like, because I think I was ticked off about pretty much Donald Trump being slow in regards to rescheduling marijuana, and also all these business owners, they were pretty much losing their businesses because he was moving so slow in regards to just giving these business owners who invested inside of the 2018 bill a clear, concrete answer and a guideline regarding pretty much what to do in regards to their businesses, because they invested inside of his bill, and they invested inside of him. And I think what triggered me was that Donald Trump, there was this huge religious meeting or whatever, and I think Dan Patrick was there, and I I kind of said a few bad things about him. Anyway, so basically I said that he was the ugliest son of a bitch I've ever seen. Anyway, so point. I said that I dislike the man because it's like, in my opinion, he does not care about the business owners that have invested inside of Donald Trump's 2018 Farm Bill, for one. He's trying to, I believe, in my opinion, roll back all of the productive measures that was done to get marijuana rescheduled or legalized. We just had one black boy or black man in Alabama get killed. His name was Jabari Peoples. They said it was a police officer. Well, basically, the entire incident happened in regards to a police officer claiming that he smelled marijuana, even though hemp was at the time legal in Alabama. And so the black man ended up getting shot. And his name was Jabari Peoples, again, if I didn't say it already. Anyway, at the time of Jabari Peoples' killing or shooting or whatever, again, hemp was legal, and I think that Jabari Peoples, he was killed on. Let me pause real quick to get the exact date because I don't want to get this wrong. Okay, so Jabari Peoples was killed on June the 23rd, 2025, and see, the representative of Alabama, Andy Witt, he basically had a bill signed so that hemp, which smells exactly like marijuana, and THC vapes was to be outlawed and banned on July 1st, 2025. And so Jabari People, he still had roughly 7, 8, 9 days in regards to having hemp on his person. So let me pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that's the end of my interruptions. But anyway, I was talking about pretty much Representative Andy Witt of Alabama, and he implemented a bill that pretty much was not to go into effect until July 1st. And so Jabari Peoples, in having hemp or anything that smelled like marijuana on him, it was still legal at the time of his death. So yeah, there was no. So what I'm saying is that the police officers trying to detain him he had no merit. So that's that. Anyway, so moving on, because my entire point about this video was Charlie Kirk. Well, I'm trying to give like some of the background of my prediction. So I think I stopped early because there's so much information, and I'm like just trying to just give it to you. But anyway, on the night of the morning of Charlie Kirk's assassination, I sent a tweet to Donald Trump on True Social, and because let me see here. Well, no. I'm sorry. I sent the message to Donald Trump 2 days before that event, and that was going down the Dan Patrick situation, and the Andy Witt situation, and the Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton situation. So that was September the 8th. So on the morning of Charlie Kirk's assassination, it was around like 1:50 something a.m. If I can pull it up real quick. It was 1:54 a.m. in the morning. For some reason, this is September 10th. So on September the 9th, I just had this song in my head the entire time. It's by Iggy Azalea. Started. Like, I started from the bottom and now I'm rich. And so in the actual video of the song or whatever, there's a scene where the character that Iggy Azalea is playing apparently marries this old rich guy, and then pretty much kills him by feeding him poison or whatever. And at the time, I think that James Comey, he made some commentary about Taylor Swift's video, not video, but podcast with her and some other guy whose name I can't remember. But anyway, and it was announcing her new album, and so her orange color album, and you know that Taylor Swift and Donald Trump had gotten into a little spat a few days before that, and so it's just weird that she released the album in the color of orange. And not only that, inside of that podcast, she referred to cats being poisonous or what. Anyway, cats being poisonous in regards to some children saying something like that. And then at the end of the video, it seems like she was referring to cooking some sourdough bread and cat hair being inside of the bread. And you already know that she said that cats were poisonous in a previous comment. There's so much information. I'm sorry, and I wish I had some pictures here to just, or some kind of other descriptions to make my point more clear. But sorry, I'm just using three broken phones. But anyway, so basically she alluded to, in my opinion, poisoning. And so I was thinking that maybe somebody's medicine or prescription medicine could get poisoned or whatever. In my video that I made on August 29th or whatever, in regards to Donald Trump Jr.'s partners in circle, watching his partners in circle or whatever, I said that in regards to Trump Jr.'s progressed ascendant conjoining his progressed Saturn, that it happened inside of the second house. The second house rules the throat. And so, but I was thinking like, it could also be being that this eclipse was inside of the sign of Virgo or whatever. It could be medicines, but apparently it turned out to be your everyday activities. Which Charlie Kirk, he was just making debates or whatever. He was having debates with these college students or whatever, and he ended up getting shot in the throat doing his work, basically. So anyway, I said all that inside of my video that I made on August 29th, 2025. But I didn't know which partner of Trump Jr.'s it would be. But if I had Charlie Kirk's birth chart, I may have seen that transiting Mars would join his sun, and it could have been him, especially if he was like a Leo rising. Anyway, so I know I probably sound crazy as hell right now because I'm looking. I was looking outside and trying to watch to make sure that some people was doing what they was doing, and I'm also trying to record too. So I'm sorry. So let's see here. So I'm skipping probably everywhere. I'm sorry. So let's see here. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so another thing that I posted that morning at 1:54 a.m. on September 10th, 2025, the morning of Charlie Kirk's assassination, was well, first I went to Twitter, and so I saw this penguin, this GIF of a penguin turn into a rock. Pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. I am not redoing this, so yeah, I'm sorry. That's just gonna be stuck inside it. Anyway, the point I was talking about, I turned on Jesus Christ, September 10th, 2025. Pretty much, I opened up Twitter, and I saw this GIF of a penguin turn into it. It attacked this man who was wearing orange pants and a black coat in the Arctic or whatever. It attacked this man, and then the man fell down, and the penguin turned into a rocket and just it blew up on the man. And so I saw a glimpse of that GIF, and then you know how Twitter does. That's the first image you see, and it's like it scrolls all the way to somewhere where you can't find that picture, and I'm like, I was like, I want to see that picture again or whatever. And so I had to search up and down to find that GIF. And then so there was somebody who made some commentary. I found a picture of a penguin moving, doing normal actions. It just attacked the boy or whatever. But it didn't turn into a rocket. So I was like, I'm looking for the one where he turns to a rocket. And somebody posted on there. They was like, I'm looking for the GIF of this penguin turning into a rocket and killing the guy. And I'm like, me too. Not knowing that hours later Charlie Kirk was gonna get shot. So I'm like, I just knew that something could happen, but I was like, maybe nothing will happen. Maybe everything was just overblown. But I was like, if anything does happen, it's not gonna be Donald Trump. So I commented on that guy's comment on Twitter. And then so I had to search again for this penguin GIF, and I finally found it. And then so yeah, because my exact tweet I think was that where's the GIF of this Pokemon penguin turning into a rocket and killing the guy? I think that's why I wrote. And then so I finally found it. I said finally found it. Somebody else posted it, and I think I reposted it or something like that. And so hours later, apparently Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck, and I'm like, what? And again, I don't think I said this before or not, but again, the reason why I posted the started video by Iggy Azalea and the rocket penguin GIF was because I saw that transiting Mars and transiting Moon was at an exact opposition at 21.59 degrees, and that made an exact aspect to my natal Venus, and Venus rules my ascendant. I'm a Libra rising, and so I just said, something weird could happen around this time, and so I just made the post just to do it, not knowing that Charlie Kirk was actually going to get assassinated hours later. This is done, I believe, around like 1:54 a.m. when I posted those the video and the reposted the GIF or the picture. So I think days later, when things got settled down or whatever, I posted on Twitter. I said, I guess Rocket Penguin was super effective. Think about Pokemon, and anyway, it was a stupid joke. But I'm like, I tried to warn people about what was going to happen, and I was like, maybe I just look crazy as hell. Because I mean, I think back on in July, I was saying that Usher Vance needed to be careful around July the 22nd, well, July the 18th and July the 22nd, and if nothing happened by that date, July the 28th, because I think transiting Mars was making some very, very weird aspects to the other transiting planets. And then also the progressions were shown inside of Donald Trump's chart and Usher Vance's chart, that something weird was going on, and apparently weird things were going on. Like I said, around the time of July 22nd through the July the 28th, pretty much. So much information. Tulsi Gabbard and Carolyn Leavitt, they came out and said that Hillary Clinton and Obama, they found concrete proof that they interfered inside the 2016 election. All the while they were interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell. And then kind of find out that I was right, that a terrorist attack did happen. Well, first of all, there were planes that literally almost collided during the time between July the 18th and July the 28th. And then finally on July the 28th, that's when a man named Shane Tamura, he drove cross country and went to New York and shot up a building inside of New York. I think it was called Black Rock or Black Stone or something like that. He ended up killing a police officer or a guard there, and apparently that guard, they housed his body inside of some kind of hospital or whatever. But his name was CV Star with 2 R's Pavilion, and they reminded me of the Star Report, the 1998 Star Report. That was my Kudo Shinichi moment in regards to, or in reference to, Case Closed / Detective Conan. And my I guess my Danganronpa moment, I guess, as well too, and Scooby-Doo moment as well. But anyway, so my point. Let me get to my to some more of my notes, because I think that was all I wanted to say about that. Let me pause. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know, Case Closed / Detective Conan are like anime or cartoon like series. So is Danganronpa. That's an anime series, or an older person might say a cartoon or whatever. And Scooby-Doo, you know who Scooby-Doo is. Anyway, let me pause for a second. Oh yeah, I do need to add this though. So around this time too, I think around July, late July, I made this post in regards to the Dragon Ball Z character Broly and Team 4-Star, where there's this scene between Broly and Vegeta, and Vegeta's like, what? He was like, Broly said, what is the king to a god? And Vegeta said, what is a god to a non-believer? And Broly, he just grabbed it by the doggone hair and just slammed it to a doggone brick wall and said, do you believe now? I posted that because I was upset because pretty much this is on Twitter, and it's on, I believe, True Social as well. But I posted that in reference to there's this guy, he made this list, I forgot his name. If you care to look up his name, I think I made a direct post to his list in regards to people who correctly predicted the outcome of the 2024 election. And I think I sent him a tweet. I said, pretty much my name's not on the list. What do I mean? I'm the infamous Ice Blue 333 from Astro Seek. Why is my name not on that list? And he just called me a clown. I said, okay. Wait till you see what I do next. And so anyway, so yeah, I said that I think we already have a king of astrology, referring to someone who calls themselves the king. And I said, well, I guess if we already have a king of astrology, why not have a god? Because nobody's gonna top this shit. After when November 13th hits, nobody's gonna top that shit. I'm surprised that nobody has seen it. So, and when I say November 13th, I'm referring to Bill Clinton. Let me go back real quick. I sent Hillary Clinton. Right now I'm just basically going down what's happened so far inside in regards to what I've done in regards to this account and astrology in general. So on, I believe May the 15th. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so on, I believe May the 15th, 2025, I sent a tweet to Hillary Clinton, saying that she needs to be careful on very specific dates. Let me pause real quick to get those dates. Okay, so I said to Hillary Clinton, dates for Hillary Clinton to consider. Yeah. March 10th, 2025, May 2nd, 2025, May 25th, 2025, May 30th, 2025, June 3rd, 2025. Additionally, July 30th, 2025. Similar astrology as to the Monica Lewinsky scandal. Don't ever say that you weren't warned. This is astrology. And so I sent that post to Hillary Clinton on May 15th, 2025, I think. And not knowing that on the same day that James Comey was going to do some other crazy shit and post some damn seashells talking about some 8647. And so I did say in one of my previous videos that wouldn't it be crazy if Hillary Clinton saw my tweet to her and sent my information to the FBI saying he gave me these weird dates, or either her or her team sent my information to the FBI and they started investigating me to see if I was a legitimate threat, not knowing that I was an actual astrologer, a serious astrologer, and then I may be the one who ends up tipping the FBI off in regards to the Danny Williams Clinton situation and other things as well too, because I am a very good astrologer. Anyway, I forgot my overall point. Like, so much stuff is going on. But I'm trying to get this done because it is Charlie Kirk's birthday, and it's like I'm not gonna repeat all this stuff again. How this video started and giving you all the astrological lore, that was a lot. And to try to do that again, no, I refuse to. No. Let me pause for a second. Another point that I was trying to make was that I was trying to warn Hillary Clinton on May the 15th, 2025, because she made a post to she made a post in reference to Donald Trump about the jet from Qatar. Oh God, I can't get my words out. Qatar, and she was saying, I think she said something like, "Who gives somebody a $600 million jet and not want anything in return?" or something like that. And I'm like, I was looking at her astrology. I was like, don't say shit. Don't say nothing. Leave this man alone. Because the progressions that were going on in her chart, it showed that something hugely bad was about to happen. And I said that it was the equivalent. I said that the same feeling that Kamala Harris felt on December the 8th, I believe, 2024, when she was certified as the loser of the 2024 election, Hillary Clinton will feel on June the 2nd, 2025. And I was like, don't say nothing to this man. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but leave Donald Trump alone. And she just kept on going on. And I'm like, okay. And if you look at it, I tried to warn Hillary Clinton and I tried to warn Donald Trump. I just didn't want anything seriously bad to go down because I'm looking at the overall astrology. All the big planets are changing signs this year, and I'm like, only God knows how this will end. But anyway, I even tried to warn Hillary Clinton on July the 3rd in regards to Bill Clinton, in referencing so I sent Hillary Clinton another tweet on July the 3rd. I said that the same astrology that happened during the Monica Lewinsky scandal, when Bill Clinton claimed that he did not have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky, it was going to happen on July the 5th, 2025. And you know what happened on that day, around that date, on I think July the 6th. That's when the DOJ came out and said that Epstein did in fact kill himself, and that Epstein did not have a client list. Anyway, and then also again, I tried to warn Donald Trump Jr. and Donald Trump around August 29th that something big was going to happen in regards to their circle. Anyway, I know I'm skipping. I probably sound crazy, and this is so much information, and there's so much stuff that's happening also here as well. So I hope I don't sound discombobulated. Anyway, because I'm not going to redo this. Let's see here. What else? Let me pause for another second. I also need to add or go back and say that I did predict, in regards to JD Vance, I tried to warn him about the signal chat that happened on the signal chat leak that happened on March, I believe 25th, 2025. I said around that date that he will be shocked 2 times. So I did predict the signal chat leak as well. I'm trying to get everything in one video of the things that I've done and completed. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, and I mean, just take this video as like just me ranting about things. So I'm going to be kind of out of order and out of sorts a little bit. And like I said, again, there's so much stuff going on. So I'm sorry. Let me pause for a second. So let me say another thing too. Pretty much, I did say, I believe around May, late May 27th, I think, that if nothing had happened by, I think, June the 10th, I would quit astrology, actually. And apparently, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but because I was saying that I was looking at Hillary Clinton's the tweet that I sent to Hillary Clinton and giving her those dates or whatever, and it seems like things were happening, but not up to my standard. I was thinking that something huge was going to go down, and huge things were going down. It's just that I didn't expect it to be Bill Clinton, because I can see it clearly now that what the astrology shows that overall Hillary Clinton is going to be blocked from doing something, and shocking information is going to come out in regards to Bill Clinton. I'm still getting notifications and text and doggone Jesus. Sorry, but I said I was going to quit astrology on June the 10th, and pretty much what happened was, what kept me going was pretty much the riots that happened around June the 10th, and Donald Trump sending in the National Guard to, I believe, California or one of these states or whatever, and then also the Minnesota lawmakers getting killed. Also, what I didn't notice until later on was that Bill Clinton, he released a book on June the 2nd, 2025, and that may have been what was the what it was that caused, or that will cause, a major block in regards to Hillary Clinton. And I think the book was called The First Gentleman. It was about the first female president or whatever, or a female president having to having a presidential race or whatever, and I think a boyfriend or a husband, he's indicted for murder or something like that of some female from 10 or 20 years ago. Anyway, let's see here. And that's Bill Clinton's book. They came out on June the 2nd, 2025. Let me see. I'm gonna skip that. Let me pause for another second. And I think I'm gonna step her and say this too. Pretty much, I've already said again that Bill Clinton, a major shocking event is in store for Bill Clinton because his progressed retrograde Uranus conjoined his natal Uranus on October 11, 2025, and also his progressed Mars, it changed signs from Scorpio and went into Sagittarius. Around the same time, Donald Trump, he was snubbed from receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. So I have written here, how do I know that Bill Clinton, my Bill Clinton prediction is correct? In regards to basically the November 13th progression that's gonna hit in Bill Clinton's chart, referencing that he may have something similar happen to him as the impeachment that happened on December 19th, 1998, and the same progression was shown on December 26th, 1998. It's gonna have the same progression is gonna hit, or very, very, very similar progression is gonna hit on November 13th, 2025, which is a month from now. But how do I know it's correct? Is because for me personally, looking at my personal chart, my dasha, it changes on November the 10th, 2025, and I go into the Jupiter dasha, and I'm like, something life changing happens for me as well around that date. But not only that, transiting Jupiter, it's going to station directly on my midheaven, and it's going to be exactly opposite my personal natal Saturn, and that just means something huge status or something like that. But maybe I'm not that important. Anyway, all I know is that something big could happen around this date or that date. Let's see here. I've already said the why I posted the started video, because transiting Mars opposed transiting Moon in the sky on September 10th, 2025, in which was a hint that Charlie Kirk was to be assassinated that day. And another thing is that I believe that everything is fated, that it cannot be changed. It was, for some reason, that the Charlie Kirk assassination, it was just meant to happen. It could not have been stopped. And I don't think that it was fated for anyone to even know that that it would be Charlie Kirk until after the event, because it is fate. You can't change it. That's my opinion, though. And again, I would like to say that Charlie Kirk and Charlie Kirk's natal sun and my natal ascendant is trine Donald Trump's natal sun, and Charlie Kirk's natal sun is conjunct my ascendant, apparently. So, and also transiting Mars conjoined my ascendant and Charlie Kirk's natal sun, I believe on the 10th of September 2025, the day of his death. So I said it to say, pretty much, that's why I saw that transit in the sky, and that's why I posted a song called Started by Iggy Azalea. And in that song, it featured Iggy Azalea playing a character where she ends up poisoning a man or whatever, an older guy, Jesus Christ, an older man to pretty much take his money. But in that tweet and in that True Social post that I posted, pretty much I said that the daddy that you think is going to die is not going to be the daddy that you think is going to die. And I said that it may end up being Bill Clinton in some form, way, or fashion. And like I said again, November 13th, it looks like it may be Bill Clinton. Let's see here. So the next song I posted, I believe it was around the time of Charlie Kirk's funeral or whatever, and I posted a song by DJ Khaled. It was and SZA, the singer named SZA, and it's a song called Just Us. And I posted it on True Social, and I posted that on Twitter. And so the song, it featured basically a king and a soldier fighting, like a civilian soldier fighting. Like, and it made me think of Donald Trump and against Bill Clinton, because it seems like it's the Clintons trying to, in my opinion, sabotage Donald Trump's presidency. In my opinion, again, and so it's like in the end, the king stabbed the civilian soldier through his armor, through the neck, and I think killed him. So, and the astrology shows the same thing. But another thing that stood out to me in regards to that song when I watched it, and which was the reason why I posted it, and the song again is called "Just Us" by DJ Khaled and SZA, the singer. But I'm looking at the YouTube video, and it's like it's the theme is like a old Greek theme or whatever. And I was like, this is kind of weird, but I'm like, it's perfect for what I'm envisioning right now. Two kings fighting, an older civilian king and the actual king. My point though. Oh yeah, I was also in reference to that video, I was thinking about Sagittarius, the sign Sagittarius versus the sign Capricorn. And you know that Sagittarius is the ruler of the 9th house and Capricorn is the ruler of the 10th house. But you also know that 9 houses is 12 houses from the 10th house. And so that means that 9th house is a loss for the 10th house. So basically, and another thing is that Sagittarius in the 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, and Capricorn and the 10th house is ruled by Saturn. And so basically the sign Jupiter, it should cause losses for the planet Saturn. The planet Jupiter causes losses for the planet Saturn. Let me pause for a second. I need to get some water. Okay, so my overall point with that was the Danny Williams Clinton revelation that I had. Come to find out that pretty much Danny Williams / Clinton is a Sagittarius, and the Democratic Party is ruled by the entirety of the Democratic Party is ruled by the sign and planet Saturn or Capricorn. So it could come out that the Danny Williams Clinton situation could be true, and that could actually destroy the Democratic Party, in my opinion. I mean, what would be more crazy than having a president while he was president? Oh, Jesus, let me pause for a second. But how scandalous would it be for an ex-president, for it to come out that an ex-president had a black child, and before he even became mayor or president of the United States, I don't know what time when he became mayor, but still, he ended up having a black child that he ended up neglecting. And this is before the Jennifer Flowers scandal, and this is before even the Monica Lewinsky scandal. And apparently, what if it comes out that a black woman was the first quote-unquote Monica Lewinsky? How could that not destroy the Democratic Party? But then the thing about it also again is that in the future it shows that Donald Trump should not be happy about the midterm elections, the results. Just looking at the astrology, and I think that Donald Trump should be happy about the 2028 presidential elections. But in my chart, it shows that something weird is going on in my chart. So I'm not going to say that it's concretely accurate that maybe that Donald Trump is going to be happy about the results of the presidential 2028 elections, but we will see. Let me pause for a second. Okay. So that's that. Pretty much the Danny Williams Clinton situation could, in my opinion, take out the Democratic Party, because that is pure hypocrisy. I mean, we've already had what is this guy's name? The Jimmy Kimmel Show, I believe. Let me pause for this. I know. Let me pause. So yeah, it was Jimmy Kimmel. Basically, apparently his show got canceled after he made some remarks about Charlie Kirk, And so basically he ended up Jimmy Kimmel ended up getting his show back. But I mean, there was this widespread outcry and outrage in regards to Jimmy Kimmel losing his show. But the thing about it is that they banned Donald Trump from every platform in social, everything. Back when I think during his presidency and etc. Like they banned Donald Trump from all these platforms, and yet they reinstate Jimmy Kimmel's show. And see, what got me was the hypocrisy of it all. Was that Jimmy Kimmel? He basically he was there was he participated inside of a situation where he wore blackface. And there's footage of Kimmel impersonating a basketball player named Malone. And so his name was Karl Malone. And so I'm like, imagine Donald Trump ever having wore blackface, and yet Jimmy Kimmel did. And so I'm looking at the Bill Clinton situation in regards to Danny Williams / Clinton, and I'm like, how in the hell is he going to get by with this? But the astrology shows that he may get away with it. Jimmy Kimmel did. Anyways, let me pause for. I know I keep pausing, but this is a lot of information, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next song / video that I posted on True Social and Twitter. And so I posted this song after Donald Trump. I think he flew to Europe or one of these places. Let me pause. I'm sorry. Okay, I just want to be accurate. So basically, Donald Trump and Melania Trump, they flew to the United Nations General Assembly on, I believe, Tuesday, September 23rd. And so as they were trying to go up the escalator or whatever, they for some reason the escalator, it stopped. And Melania, she looked at the news media, and they were just taking pictures. And she just walked on up the steps. And Donald Trump later said that she could have fell. And so that was one thing that happened at this United Nations General Assembly. The next thing that apparently happened was that as Donald Trump was trying to do his basically do his speech to the General Assembly or whatever, the teleprompter apparently wasn't working. And so Donald Trump, he had to open his notebook and read from that. Thank goodness he was prepared, but still. And another thing that happened was that he found out later on was that apparently the mic wasn't on, or it wasn't where people could understand what he was saying or something like that. And so a lot of the head people there, they had to put on headphones to be able to hear what he was saying. I think Donald Trump said that inside of one of his True Social posts or whatever. And even at the end of that General Assembly or whatever, everybody, it ended and everybody was clapping, and Melania, she was just sitting there like, and then so Melania, she only started clapping when the press they started trying to take pictures of her, and that's when she started clapping. And this is the first speech that I've ever heard Donald Trump say bye to. And so I think he just left. But my point was that so this next song I posted on True Social and Twitter was a song called Final Round. This song I don't think was ever released to the public. I think it was just a demo. But it's a song with Carrie Hilson and I think Akon. And I think Timberland too. But just go to YouTube and look it up. It's called Final Round. Carrie Hilson. So the point of this song was pretty much, it was there's points in the song where Carrie Hilson, she's singing and she says mic's off, can you hear me now? And it's like final round. Like anyway, it's like I saw the astrology that was coming up around this time, and I was like, something big is about to happen. Like they're still messing with Donald Trump, and like he just had to go to one of his top supporters' funeral, and you're still just messing with this man. And I'm like, final round, He's like, and the song is like, you're about to hear me now. Because I saw the future astrology in regards to Bill Clinton. Something big is about to go down. Anyway, so that's why I posted that song. The song was saying, "Mic's off," and like, "Can you hear me now?" I'm like, I'm not finna bottle this up. You're about to hear me, and that's what the song is basically saying. Mic's off. 1, 2, come on, the final round. Anyway, you have to go to YouTube and check it out. Let me see here. And so I think the next song that I posted on Twitter and True Social was a song with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne, and I forgot the rest of them, but the song was called Incredible. And so I just posted this song because it's a nice beat. It's a nice beat. And basically I think I said inside this tweet that I said because I know inside of the future that pretty much my prediction is gonna come true. And so I said I'm trying to make these predictions. I'm trying to have these quotes on Twitter and True Social now, so that I can always say that I already knew that I was gonna win, bitch. But anyway, I wrote on there. I said, "Tell me that you're the god of astrology without telling me that you're the god of astrology." And so I posted this song, and I said, "Okay." And so this is just I posted this just so that I can just reference it and always say that I always knew that my prediction was gonna come true. Anyway, it's incredible. So the next song I posted on True Social and Twitter was a song called "It Ain't Over Till It's Over," and it's by DJ Khaled, Mary J. Blige, and I forgot the rest of them. But this song, to me, it made me think about Jennifer Boozer and her shop. She went to the news media and she was like, she said, this is an unnecessary death of a business. This is an unnecessary death of this is an unnecessary death, and this is also an unnecessary death of a business. And like before, I was looking at Jabari Peoples. I was like, man, let me pause for a second. I probably sound crazy, and I'm like, I wish I had like the images to show people what I mean when I'm like just going off on tangents and stuff like that. But I'm working on 2 broken phones. I'm sorry. And let me pause for another second. I'm sorry again for that too. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Pretty much. But when I posted these songs, they're just how I'm saying. Pretty much, if I were a god, which I'm not, but if I were a god, this is how I'm feeling at the time. So this song is called "It Ain't Over Till It's Over," and it's by DJ Khaled, and it's with Mary J. Blige as well, and there's a few other people too. Just go to YouTube and look it up. I wish I could have some kind of reference here, but I don't. I'm working on 3 broken phones. But anyway, the point of the song is basically saying that it ain't over until it's over. It's like Mary J. Blige is like in the video, it's like she's speaking for God. She's like, it ain't over until it's over. What are the lyrics? It's like, I get the last word. It ain't no, just when you thought I did. Oh no, just when you thought I said all there was to say. I get the last word. It ain't over till it's over. Just when you thought I did all there was to do. I give my best to you. It ain't over till it's over. Yeah. So it's like that. It's a mix between rap, hip hop, and like gospel to me. And so I'm like, it ain't over till it's over. I mean, she just went. Mary J. Blige. She just took that song to the next level, man. All right. Okay. Had to do my little my little dog, my little I'm referring to the Payback is a Bitch song regarding this post I made in regards to Donald Trump getting snubbed at the Nobel Peace Prize dealings or whatever. With this man, he's saying payback. Well, the choir singing "Payback's a Bitch," and anyway, I look crazy. Let me just keep it moving. But if you watch my last video, I mean, you might get it or whatever. But anyway, so I think I was saying that to me, that song is like I'm looking at Jennifer Boozer's shop closing. I'm looking at Jabari Peoples, him getting killed by a police officer, even though it was at the time the hemp was legal, and Jabari Peoples he could have bought that from he could have just bought that from a vape shop, and yet this police officer he tried to detain him for basically no reason, and even those vape shops on June the 23rd, 2025, they were getting raided, and yet the products that they had was not illegal at that point in time because Andy Witt's bill had not gone into effect, and it was not to go into effect until July 1st, 2025. And then also, like I said, Jennifer Boozer's shop getting closed. It's just watching all this stuff, and I'm like, God gets the last word. Keep playing with God's children, and He will make you their footstool. Keep playing, and then that leads me to Charlie Kirk. I tried to warn Donald Trump, and I basically told him that I said, keep playing with God's children, and He will make you their footstool. And see, I was going back. I was not going back and forth. I was going at him before the Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And even in this song, I was drunk as hell when I posted this song, so I didn't pay attention to the lyrics. I was thinking like, God gets the last word. But at the beginning of the song, there's some lyrics that say, blow a nigga head off, kill all the doubt. And I'm like, when I reheard, I listened to it after I posted, I was like, oh shit, that could be taken the wrong way. But it's like I was like, nah, that was probably meant to be said. That's why because this song was on my mind for a long time, and so that's why I posted it on Truth Social and to Twitter. And I even at the end at the bottom I said, get Jennifer Boozer's shop Canterbury back open. And I think I also said, God always gets the last word. So, just when you thought I did all there was to do, I give my best to you. It ain't over till it's over. Crazy. Mary J. Blige, she killed that song, man. I mean, it's just I'm just up here like I got a Holy Ghost side of my spirit, man. I'm sorry, it said blow a nigga head off, kill all the doubt at the beginning of the song. And Mary J. Blige, she finishes it with, it ain't over until it's over. Keep playing with God's children to see what happens. I love this song. I love it. That's why I posted it. That's why it was the first song I posted when I followed up with the when I made a post saying, tell me that you're the God of astrology without telling me you're the God of astrology. And I'm saying, bitch, I win. Oh, I'm thinking about itty bitty piggy right now. Anyway, I'll get to it in a second. I'm sorry. And that sounds crazy right now, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Anyway, so I posted this song first in reference to tell me that you're the God of astrology without telling me that you're the God of astrology. That sounds crazy, but I'm gonna continue because whatever. Nobody's gonna probably watch this anyway. So the next song I posted was a song called Nothing to Me by G-Eazy. Let me pause for a second because I need to get some more lore about this. But yeah, I posted this song too because I was like, I was in the mood, man. I think I was probably drunk as hell this day. But I said evolve. I said my mood before it happens, I'm thinking about the 13 million or whatever, and also this other list I said may happen, but that probably ain't gonna happen. But it'd be crazy if it did happen. I'm broke right now, so. But anyway, the song Nothing to Me, I think it goes like, people talk, that's just word of mouth. It ain't nothing to me. So I think I was thinking pretty much, if I was a God, if I were to make all this stuff happen, it would be nothing to me. And to me, like, I'm thinking about God himself, like, if you pray for it, or if you ask for it or whatever, if it's part of his plan, it could happen. If it's part of his plan. And if not, then it's probably not part of his plan. But anyway, so that's I guess when I posted, I said I was thinking like, I was probably drunk as hell, and I was thinking like, This is nothing to God. This is nothing to. And don't think that I'm super hyper religious. I'm not. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. Said a lot of crazy stuff. go to Astro City. You gonna see I said a lot of crazy stuff. But I mean, heck, I was angry at the time, and yeah, I was pissed off. Anyway, so the next song, "Itty Bitty Piggy" by Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is not my favorite. She kind of is like the best female rapper of all time, so I can't even snub her there either. My point, I'm not saying I like Cardi B's personality, but I love Nicki Minaj's music better. I just do. Like Nicki Minaj, when she came out on the scene, she was so disrespectful. She disrespected bitches like. And so I posted on I think True Social and Twitter. I said "Itty Bitty Piggy" timestamp 1 minute and 54 seconds, and this is when Nicki Minaj went off. Let me get the actual lyrics, because I mean I don't want to fuck this up. I don't want to fuck up a Nicki Minaj song that where she just disrespected the hell out of all these people. I'm like, she laughed in his faces, basically danced in their faces, and then laughed. And then just said, "I told you, bitches, you're not gonna beat me. I'm me." Just disrespected everybody. I'm like, let me pause for a second. So I mean, basically, here are the lyrics right here. I hope I don't want to fuck this up. But at the end of "Itty Bitty Piggy," Nicki Minaj, she was like, "It's like I just single-handedly." I want to paraphrase a little bit, because I mean I'm sorry. "It's like I just single-handedly annihilated, like every astrologer in the building." like I'm Nicki Minaj, Nikki Lewinsky, referring to Bill Clinton, referring to their Star Report, referring to my prediction. Anyway, I'm Nicki Minaj, I'm Nikki Lewinsky, Nikki the Ninja, Nikki the Boss, Nikki the Harajuku Barbie, Nikki the best rapper, the best female rapper of all time, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I don't even know why you girls even bother at this point. Disrespecting bitches everywhere. Like, I wish. Basically, I am doing this right now. It's like I just single-handedly just bodied, like annihilated, like every astrologer in the building. Anyway, with my prediction. But anyway, like, I don't even know why you girls even bother at this point. I don't even know why you guys even bother at this point. Like, give it up. It's me. Ice Boo 333. I win. You lose. Oh shit. She's like, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. And she basically laughed. Nicki Minaj is the first female rapper that I've ever heard that could laugh and it would be a bar. And she'll follow up with something even more epic. This bitch can laugh on a bar and just be like, oh, and then here's this too. I'm like, when she first came out, I was like, a monster. This woman's a damn demon. Like, I would be scared to be. I don't even want to rap. I'm scared to rap. Look. I found a different career. I chose astrology. Like, Jesus. I think even Kanye West. I think Amber Rose. She put Nicki Minaj onto Kanye West's song, and like, I think Amber Rose said that Kanye West came to Amber Rose. He was like, you had to pick the one bitch that'll make me look bad in my own song. She was like, I can't help that she this good. Like, she's like, I'm a motherfucking monster. Anyway, so I just want to have when I basically the point. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put just glazing dog with Nicki Minaj. I know she's like, nah, keep going. Nah, I'm done. But I love Cardi B too. I love her personality. Her music, her earlier music is good. Like, I like it like that. I like that one. I did. Let's see here. But basically the point. I'm sorry. Basically, Nicki, she laughed inside these people's faces. Basically, at the end of Itty Bitty Piggy, she laughed inside these people's faces, danced and said, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. Danced on him and then ended it with a laugh. And then she was like, I told you bitches before, y'all gonna have to pick my fruit out of pick my fruit, you know? Like she's the queen of rap. That's what she was basically saying. And so basically I'm just saying like I'm the god of astrology. That's basically what I was just saying. Thanks, Nikki. Anyway, let me pause for a second. I hope I didn't sound too crazy, but anyway, I had to flex a little bit because this is like, oh, this is Charlie Kirk's birthday. Happy birthday, Charlie Kirk, as well too. But I had to flex a little bit. I'm just saying like, this is before all the rest of the shit goes down with Bill Clinton, because again, it's October 14th, 2025. Let me pause. Okay, so that seems to be the end of my notes or whatever. Hopefully I didn't look too crazy and hopefully I didn't pause too many times. A lot of stuff is going on and yeah, but it's also a lot of information. So I think I want to end with a lot more information because I'm going to repeat a lot of things I repeated yesterday, but still. So I'm going to start off with the Bill Clinton joke or whatever. Let me pull that. Let me pause for a second. Okay, let me start. So the article in reference to Bill Clinton and this joke is from the New Republic and is titled The Presidential Penis, A Short History. Keyword is short. Anyway, so they reference Bill Clinton and they say, thanks to various sex scandals, we have a detailed description. We have detailed descriptions. It's plural. It's multiple. Oh shit. I mean, anyway, thanks to various sex scandals, we have detailed descriptions. Not a detailed description. These multiple descriptions of Bill Clinton's penis, according to Robert Bunnett, Clinton's lawyer, in the Paula Jones case. In terms of size, shape, direction, whatever the devious mind wants to concoct, the president is a normal man. There are no blemishes. There are no moles. There are no growths. The Independent offered a more prosaic account. His erect penis, is about 5 inches long. 5? Has the circumference of a quarter and heads off at an angle, presumably rather like a finger bent at the joint. Oh, he didn't say if it was up or down, so I can do this too. But maybe this, I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of the article. So, well, not the end of it, but still, you can go to that article and look it up for yourself. Sorry, I don't have the technology to show like images and websites or whatever. So, let's see here. There are multiple astrologers saying that Donald Trump would have been eclipsed during the September 7th eclipse or whatever. And I said, no, it's not going to be Donald Trump. It's going to be Bill Clinton. Donald Trump's going to be upset about in reference to what happened, but it's not going to be Donald Trump. So, like I said, around November 13th, 2025 is the date that Bill Clinton will have similar astrology as the beginning of the impeachment that happened on December 19th, 1998. And the exact progression shown inside of his chart was his progressed moon making an aspect to his progressed ascendant, and that happened on December 26th, 1998. And it's going to happen again on November 13th, 2025. There is another progression that's going to happen on October 20th, 2025. And that's when, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose, I believe, his natal Neptune, or his progressive Neptune. And I said that could be when it's the culmination of the Ghislaine Maxwell testimony and the Epstein investigation. And that's when all hell could break loose, or begin to break loose. But we should see something around November 13th, 2025. So I'm showing these quarters real quick in reference to like an eclipse that all these people seem to be referring to that's going to eclipse Donald Trump. And I'm telling you, no, it's Bill Clinton that's going to be eclipsed. This is JFK, or the half dollar right here. And this is the George Washington quarter. And these are them side by side. And again, like I said in my my video that I made yesterday, Um, I didn't know that this quarter was the Salt River Bay quarter, in reference to Christopher Columbus and Bill Clinton's testimony that should be happening right now today in regards to the DOJ today, one day after Christopher Columbus Day. And back to the article, whatever. I set up and got a doggone ruler and glued not glued, but taped 5 quarters to here, so that you can get like a good idea of Bill Clinton. Payback is a bitch. Payback is a. It's just the beginning. Let me stop. That's crazy. Who knows? I might just. Nobody's gonna probably watch this. Anyway, that probably look crazy as hell. But anyway, if I had pictures, I could like give a little bit more. It would be more descriptive. But anyway. So what did I say I was gonna do in reference to Christopher Columbus now? I think I said I was going on my list. There's something else about Christopher Columbus that I'm forgetting though. Oh yeah, also on November 13th or November 14th is the exact day that Christopher Columbus he landed inside of the Americas. And again, October 13th was Christopher Columbus Day. October 14th which is today is Charlie Kirk's birthday, which is also George Floyd's birthday, which is also the day that Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify to the DOJ. And so I guess now I said I was going to get to my list and read my list off in regards to my Cardi B / Joe Biden interview style wish list that Candace Owens said that Cardi B treated Joe Biden like he was Santa Claus, and apparently she didn't get anything that she wanted in reference to the things that she asked for. In my opinion or whatever. But I think in this list or whatever, I referenced Chris Columbus, who is the director of Home Alone 2, and basically he said that he wished that he could remove the 7-second clip in reference to Donald Trump giving the main character of Home Alone 2 like directions, when he was in front of either Trump Tower or a building that Donald Trump owned at the time. So that's that. And so let me just go ahead and go down my wish list or whatever. I'm trying to put everything inside of one video so that you can have it all here. I hope I don't look too crazy. Anyway, this was posted on True Social, I believe, on the day of the new moon that happened on September 7th, 2025. Anyway, so I said at real Donald Trump or to Donald Trump. Here's my full Cardi B / Joe Biden interview style wish list. I'm still shocked that Joe Biden did the interview right after Cardi released her hit single WAP or Wet Something Vagina. Candace Owens said that Cardi treated failed President Joe Biden like he was Santa Claus. So why not test this out and see where this goes? But I want this before Christmas, and I do. Another thing. God does have a sense of humor. The director of Home Alone 2 name is Chris Columbus, and apparently wanted to remove your 7-second clip from the movie. Wouldn't it be funny if the Danny Williams Clinton allegation came out to be true? I can only assume that currently Chris Columbus is a Democrat, which I can only assume. His birth name basically says all there is needed to say about him, in my opinion. Democrats just doing what Democrats do best, again, also in my opinion. Anyway, my list. Jennifer Boozer's Alabama shop, Canabama back open by any means necessary. And marijuana rescheduled, like Joe Rogan wants it to be, and Mike Tyson wants it to be. Representative Andy Witt questioned in regards to him stating that he wanted to shut down shops that heavily invested in your 2018 Farm Bill. In several interviews, I might add. He is the new Roy Moore of Alabama, in my opinion. And Tommy Tuberville is doing the same thing that Jeff Sessions did in your first term. Think about it anyway. And I didn't know that Jeff Sessions was on this DOJ list, referencing the people that are going to be that are subpoenaed to testify or talk to the DOJ. Anyway, look into the Alabama casino situation as well. but that is no longer important to me due to the possible increase in crime associated with casinos. But it would be nice to have the Powerball and Mega Millions in Alabama instead of having to drive to Georgia. I need to add another thing. Oh crap, I didn't add that here. Let me see. Hopefully I got it still pulled up. Okay, and so I said also in another true social post, because this is very important, and I ran out of space in that earlier true social post. But anyway, I said, oh, I forgot to add for you to sign an executive order to restore some of the Tuskegee historical monuments and some additional funds to go to schools in the Macon County area / Tuskegee area, Alabama, so that kids can have some kind of fun and educational trip. That would be nice. Whew. I said, so now, to piss off anyone who loves the number 13. And I have to expound on that too, because apparently a lot of people love the number 13. So I think I need to expound on this commentary. I'm not saying that someone specifically is referenced when trying to piss off anyone who loves the number 13. I'm just saying that the Confederate flag had 13 stars. That's all. Referencing Danny Williams / Clinton in Arkansas being one of the southern states that's seceded from the Union. Referencing the Democrats who wanted slavery to not end. And also, just so you know, that Danny Williams / Clinton is black and the possible black love child of Bill Clinton. Just saying. But that's allegedly for now, right? Anyway, so to begin my list, a 13-ounce solid gold medal. I didn't know that the only medal that a president can actually give out is a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Who knows? I might, with all this stuff, I might end up getting a different kind of Presidential Medal of Freedom, like a 13-ounce solid gold medal of freedom. You're right. From Tiffany's, inside of an easy to open Tiffany box. Anyway, $13 million. However he gets it from Donald Trump or whatever. A Starlink with 13 years of free service. 13 years of free Verizon wireless cellular service. 13 years of free Apple and Samsung yearly device upgrades. And I get to keep the devices. I'm talking about computers, laptops, iPads, phones, and smartwatches as well. 13 years of upgrades. Hi, Apple. A blue check mark from evil Elon Musk. A Cybertruck, fully loaded, because I had to go through the heck of trying to warn people on Twitter with the limited space that I had. And I'm like, why not give me a fully loaded Cybertruck, Elon Musk? Anyway. A Toyota Prius Prime. A white Jeep 392 with gold accents. Let me pause for a second. Let me continue. So, for the rest of these devices, the highest end model with the highest amount of storage and RAM. The black model with the largest screen size. So I said a Mac Studio Pro Max, 4 XDR screens with the best stand and accessories, a MacBook Pro Max, an iPad, an iPhone, an Apple Watch, and a Samsung watch, a black Samsung phone, a silver iPhone, since there is not a black model iPhone this year, with the highest end model with the highest amount of storage and RAM. A Samsung tablet, a Geisley sponsorship, a 5.56 rifle and a 308 rifle, a Trigicon sponsorship, a Trigicon VCOG SEO, and a Trigicon RCR. I already have a Glock 17. Oh yeah, and a Trigicon RMR-CC. Why not? A Glock sponsorship, a Glock 17 Koa with the aimpoint red dot, a Glock 43X Koa with the aimpoint red dot, a federal sponsorship, meaning lots and lots of ammo, because we're dealing with the Clintons, and they say that the Clintons allegedly and reportedly people. A Mountain House sponsorship means like a truckload of products or whatever. A Benelli sponsorship, a shotgun. A Mossberg sponsorship, a shotgun. Oh yeah, and a Ruger sponsorship, a Ruger SP101 and 9mm. This ain't gonna happen, but why not? Um, a Danganronpa anime sponsorship, a Case Closed slash Detective Conan sponsorship, anime sponsorship, a Scooby Doo sponsorship. And I mean, I already know that Donald Trump, he can't tell these companies to sponsor me, but I'm like, you know what they say, closed mouths don't get fed, so I'm just gonna throw it out inside the ether and see if anything bites or whatever. Okay, so also for DC Douglas to voice his iconic character from Resident Evil, because I mean, if Jimmy Kimmel can get away with wearing blackface, and Bill Clinton can get away with all the stuff that he's gotten away with, I mean, I think DC Douglas should be able to give the fans what they want. I'm a major fan of the character that DC Douglas played, and to me, nobody can replace DC Douglas in reference to that character, Capricorn. Anyway, so for Sean Ryan to interview Lindsey Graham, I dislike Lindsey Graham, and I bet I can only assume that Sean Ryan hates him even more than I do, but I can only assume that maybe he loves him. I mean, Sean Ryan did interview Gavin Newsom, so why not interview Lindsey Graham? And so I also said for Caroline Leavitt and Kayleigh McEnany, both press secretaries, and Tucker Carlson to review and fact check the entire Sean Ryan / Gavin Newsom interview. That would be epic. And I also said that I would like for Joe Rogan to host a major debate / fight between Gavin Newsom and a lot of well-informed conservatives. That would be epic. I mean, Gavin Newsom claims that he wants to be on the Joe Rogan show so bad. Have Joe Rogan do what he does best. Host fights and debates. And have Gavin Newsom come and see how that goes. Anyway. So let's see here. Let me pause for another second because there's something else I need to add to. Okay, so again, I'm going to repeat this because it bears repeating that in reference to Bill Clinton and his upcoming progressions or whatever. I said that, I'm saying this again, but October 11th, 2025, that's when his life changed. I don't know if what happened in regards to Donald Trump being snubbed in regards to Nobel Peace Prize caused a shocking change inside of Bill Clinton's life or whatever, but all I know is that the astrology shows that Bill Clinton, his life changed around that date. And the next upcoming date that's shown for something big to happen is October 20th, but that's not the huge date. And that's when, like I said again, that's when Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose his natal or progressed Neptune. And like I said, that should be the culmination of the Ghislaine Maxwell / Epstein investigation or whatever. And then the next big date is going to be on November 13th. That's when Bill Clinton will face the same astrology that he faced during the impeachment hearings. So I say all that to say that pretty much the last time that Bill Clinton's progressed moon opposed his Neptune was on August 9th, 2025. And that's around the time that the DOJ, they released the House Oversight Committee, they released an article saying that they're going to subpoena several high-ranking officials. So let me pause for a second. Okay, so the last of those hearings is today. Like I said, Bill Clinton's life changed on October 11th, 2025. So I'm going to read this article real quick. Not quick, it's a long article, but it's important. So it was published on August 5th, 2025. It says Chairman Comer subpoenas Bill and Hillary Clinton, former U.S. attorneys generals, and FBI directors, and records related to Jeffrey Epstein. Washington, House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform Chairman James Comer today issued deposition and subpoenas to Bill and Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Merrick Garland, Robert Mueller, William Barr, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzalez for testimony related to horrific crimes perpetrated by Jeffrey Epstein. Additionally, Chairman Comer issued a subpoena to the U.S. Department of Justice for records related to Epstein. These subpoenas follow recent action by an oversight committee, which approved motions to subpoena these records and compel witness testimony. On July 23rd, 2025, Republicans and Democrats on Federal Law Enforcement Subcommittee approved by voice vote a motion offered by Representative Scott Perry to direct the chairman to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Merrick Garland, Robert Mueller, William Barr, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzales. The subcommittee also approved an amended motion offered by Representative Summer Lee by a vote of 8-2 to direct the chairman to subpoena the Department of Justice to release records related to the Epstein case. Representative Andy Biggs' amendment to include the release of all communications between President Biden and or Biden administration officials and the Department of Justice related to Jeffrey Epstein was adopted by voice vote. Representative Nancy Mace's amendment to include redacting the names of victims and any personally identifiable information of the victims and any possible child sexual abuse material was adopted by voice vote. The subpoena to the Department of Justice can be found here, and it's a link from the article. The subpoena cover letters can be found here, and it's a link to this from this article title. Let me pause for a second. So again, the name of the article is called Chairman Comer Subpoenas Bill and Hillary Clinton, former U.S. Attorneys General and FBI Directors, and records related to Jeffrey Epstein. Let me go ahead and go down this list and the dates. So, below are the disposition and record return dates. Department of Justice records, August 19th. Attorney General William Barr, August 18th. I think these are the subpoena dates that these people are meant to I guess talk to the DOJ or give a testimony or whatever. So again, the Department of Justice records, August 19th. Attorney General William Barr, August 18th. Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, August 26th. Former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, August 28th. Former FBI Director Robert Mueller, September 2nd. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, September 9th. Attorney General Eric Holder, September 30th. Attorney General Merrick Garland, October 2nd. Former FBI Director James Comey, October 7th. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, October 9th. And Bill Clinton, October 14th, which is today. And again, I said pretty much the culmination of this Ghislaine Maxwell testimony and Epstein investigation may end around or come into light around October 20th, 2025, looking at Bill Clinton's progressions. And like I said, he has the same progression as the impeachment on November 13th, 2025. Trying to see is that everything. So now I want to go down the list real quick in regards to Bill Clinton's progressions again. So let me pause for a second. So I'm going to go down the full 2025 list because I just want to make sure that everything is here. I'm going to start on July 5th, 2025 for Bill Clinton. And I'm only going to look at Bill Clinton's progressions in regards to this video. So let me start. For July 5th, 2025 for Bill Clinton, his progress mode opposed his natal ascendant. And that's when the DOJ came out and said that the Epstein list Epstein did not have a client list, and Epstein did in fact kill himself. So on July 17, 2025 for Bill Clinton, his progress moon squared his natal ascendant, and that's when Donald Trump called the Epstein situation a hoax. And that's also around the time that I said that Donald Trump just basically pissed inside these people's faces or whatever. Now I posted that on July the 20th, I believe. Yeah, get my words out. Okay, so on August 9, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progress moon opposed his natal Neptune. And I said this is around the time that the Ghislaine Maxwell situation the Ghislaine Maxwell investigations began, and I just gave you the whole article. I read the entire article in regards to that. And that came out on August 5th, and this progression hit on August 9th. Okay, so on August 29th, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon made a trine to his natal Mercury. And I think that's around the time that some crazy person shot up a church and held up he had a magazine that said, "Where's your God?" He killed like two children, I think, a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, at a Catholic church, at a church. That's how I remember. So let's see here. That was on August 29th when his progressed moon trined his natal Mercury. So on September 8th, 2025, for Bill Clinton's progressed Mercury quincunxed his natal midheaven. This is around the time that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September the 10th, I believe. This is also around the time of the lunar eclipse, where the lunar eclipse transiting Mercury as a lunar eclipse, it conjoined Bill Clinton's ascendant, and it squared his midheaven, and it was like a major loss for Bill Clinton. That's why I said that it wasn't going to be Donald Trump that was going to be eclipsed. Let me do the eclipse joke again real quick, because this video is almost over, and I'm running out of battery life. So they said that Donald Trump was going to be eclipsed, and like I said, it's going to be Bill Clinton. And again, this is the Salt River Bay quarter. Right? And that's in reference to Christopher Columbus. And weirdly enough, Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify one day after Christopher Columbus Day, which is today. Today is Charlie Kirk's birthday, but it's also the day that that Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify, and it's also George Floyd's birthday as well. And again, in referencing the joke and the article referring to Bill Clinton being a circumference of 1/4 and 5 inches, and apparently a quarter is basically an inch, and 5 quarters will give you the exact measurements of Bill Clinton's penis, allegedly, referring to the article from the New Republic. So there we are. So let's see here. So let me continue on. So where do I stop at? So September 27, 2025, for Bill Clinton's progressed moon trine his progressed Saturn. I didn't see anything happen around this date in regards to Bill Clinton, but I really was just exhausted. So something could have happened. I probably just didn't see it. I do know that the government shut down or whatever, but still, I don't know. Where are we at? Okay. So on October 6, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon quincunxes Jupiter. That means that he would get lucky for some reason. And apparently, like I said, the government shut down, so maybe the government getting shut down was lucky for Bill Clinton. I don't know. On October 11, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed retrograde Uranus conjoined his natal Uranus. And also on the same day, progressed Mars changed signs from Scorpio to Sagittarius. And this is around the same date that Donald Trump, he was snubbed in regards to getting the Nobel Peace Prize. And let's see what else. I think that's it. Okay, so the next date that's shown is in regards to but this is also around the date today. October 11th is also around today, the day that Bill Clinton, he's subpoenaed to testify to the DOJ, and something shocking could happen in regards to him. So, because like I said, progressed Uranus, it's just the energy of it lasts a long time. So October 21st, 2025 is the next progression that hits after that, and that's when his progressed moon will oppose his progressed Neptune, and that may be the culmination in regards to the Ghislaine Maxwell and the Epstein investigation and testimony. So let's see here. On November 13, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will trine his progressed ascendant. And like I said, the last time this happened was in 1998, around then. It's December 1998, December 26, 1998, when Bill Clinton, the impeachments began for Bill Clinton. So I can only assume what happened with Bill Clinton around this date right here. November 13, 2025. Like I said it 3 times or more, but it's important. So on November 28th, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose his natal. On November 28th, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose his natal Venus. And the last time this happened was on June the 21st, 1998. We can only see what will go on around this date. On December 17, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will trine his natal Neptune, and the last time this happened was around the time of the submission of the Star Report. On January 17, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will sextile his progressed nodes. And like I said again, this is around the same astrology that happened during the submission of the Star Report. And January 24, 2026, for Bill Clinton's progressed moon will trine his progressed Pluto, and that's The same astrology happened as the submission of the star report. Blah. And it's funny, star, as in astrology, like stars, and stars and stars, and in reference to the Resident Evil 3 release date, which happened in 1999. But I think the time, the lore, and the time of the event referencing the story of Resident Evil, it happened in 1998 with the one of the villains named Nemesis running around Raccoon City trying to kill the Star agents. Go figure. And it was also screaming stars with multiple R's at the end of it. Anyway, so the next progression after January 24, 2026, January 24, 2026, where Bill Clinton's progressed moon trines his progressed Pluto, is on February 12th, 2026, and that's when for Bill Clinton's progressed moon, Quincunx's progressed sun. And that may be like an ego boost or something like that. So the next progressions are throughout May, and that's on May 4th, 2026, where Bill Clinton's his progressed moon will sextile his natal nodes. And that should be around the time of some kind of impeachment. Something huge happens around this date. Another big progression is on May 16, 2026 for Bill Clinton. His progressed Venus will conjoin his progressed Mars. And that just means that there's going to be a huge angering event in regards to him and his circles and relationships or whatever. And let's see here. On May 27, 2026 for Bill Clinton, his progressed Mercury will sextile his natal Mars. And that just means angering news can be given to him, or he can say something that's angering. And on July 20th, 2026 for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will quincunx his natal moon. That's like a completion of something. On August 9th, 2026 for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will sextile his progressed Uranus. And that's when something shocking can happen in regards to Bill Clinton. And it's twice, because I think that for Bill Clinton, his progressed Uranus is like, anyway, something can happen between the dates of August 8th, 9th, and 10th, and 11th. Around those dates or whatever, because you have two. The progressed moon is aspecting his natal Uranus and his natal Uranus and his progressed Uranus. So on October 1st, 2026 for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose his natal Jupiter. That means that he will get lucky in some form, way of fashion. On November 19th, 2026 for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will quincunx his progressed midheaven. And that just means that something will come up with him in regards to career, in regards to him with his career. Can't talk right. And I will stop on December 10th, 2026. December 10th, 2026 for Bill Clinton. That's when his progressed moon will trine his natal sun. It's like an ego boost. And I keep saying that Donald Trump is not going to be happy about the midterm elections. I don't know what's going to come up with that, but still. Yeah. Anyway. But, again, Donald Trump should be happy about the presidential elections, but he's not going to be happy about the midterm elections. So I think I want to end it there. I want to end with my quote. Because my battery life is running out on this phone right here, and I probably look crazy as hell, but still. I had to produce some kind of video today because the sun is going to conjoin my ascendant today, and maybe something big could happen. I don't know. And I'm just giving this video to just have this, to have like something done today, or something on record today. So I'll end with this quote that I made on July the 20th, 2025, when Donald Trump, he said that he claimed that the Epstein situation was a hoax. I said, let the history books / devices always and forever say, 1 year and 3 days after Donald Trump should have died by assassination, he came back and on the third day, like Jesus, pissed in the faces of his enemies, called it rain, and then destroyed them. And then he lived happily ever after. The end. Biblical. Signed astrologer Ice Blue 333, the god of astrology. And again, I want to say this again. I know I repeat myself, but this is just to prove a point and send home a point. This is on October 14th, 2025. This is before all the shit goes down with Bill Clinton. Everybody thinks that Bill Clinton is an innocent angel, and you're going to find it the hard way that you were wrong. Again, they said that Donald Trump was going to be eclipsed. And I told you, it wasn't going to be Donald Trump. It's going to be Bill Clinton. So they eclipsed again in regards to people claiming that Donald Trump is going to be eclipsed, and it's going to be Bill Clinton. That's the eclipse for you. Oh yeah, I want to show you also that this quarter is the Salt River Bay quarter, and it's like I got lucky and I had a dream that told me that that quarter was very important. And throughout this time or whatever, I've collected 6 of them now. But apparently Bill Clinton is like 5 inches, so that's below average. Anyway, I said I was gonna stop there. How much battery life do I have left? 28%. I said I was gonna stop there, but I want to add one more thing. I think I want to step on and say something about Danny Williams Clinton in regards to the astrology and him, and then I want to call it quits after that. So let me pause for a second. Okay, so I said in regards to Bill Clinton, these astrological progressions definitively prove to me that Danny Williams is in fact Bill Clinton's biological son, in my opinion. Around March/April 1985, Danny Williams, his mother should have been impregnated. And then when I look at Bill Clinton's chart or whatever, around November 10th, 1985, that's when his progressed Saturn sextile his natal Mars. And that just means that something should have happened in regards to just an angering block in regards to his career and his image as well, because it was in his first and 10th house. Also around on November 11th, 1985, for Bill Clinton, his progressed Mars squared his natal Saturn, and that just means that there was an angering block in regards to his image and his career, because Bill Clinton, his Saturn, I believe, was inside of his 10th house. And then see, by December 7th, 1985, that's when Danny Williams / Clinton was born. So that's pretty much it. I think I want to stop here. There's a little bit more, but I'm kind of tired now, and hopefully all the stuff outside is done too. So anyway, that's it for me. Bye for now.